Today on Education for a Nation, we explore sustainability policies in schools and look into some school sustainability programs.
Good evening, Australia. My name is Kaitlyn Greenhill and welcome to our Tuesday edition of Education for a Nation. Joining me on the desk tonight is parent and successful barrister Gina Clisby.
Thanks for having me, Kaitlyn.
As well as experienced Victorian primary school teacher Alysha Young.
It's a privilege to be here.
You are both here to discuss the controversial issue of teaching sustainability in our schools. Firstly, Alysha, what is your stance on this issue?
As a primary school teacher and a mother of two, I feel that it is critical to educate the young about how their actions may impact the environment. Now, I have been implementing sustainable practices in my classroom and in my school for several years, and I have noticed a significantly positive change in the determination of students when it comes to protecting the environment.
Very interesting. Thank you, Alysha. Now, Gina, how do you feel about your children focusing on the environment while at school?
I think it's a waste of time. I send my children to school to learn how to be able to get a job in life. Literacy and numeracy is my main concern. I just want my kids to be able to get a job in the future, and planting carrots in a backyard's just not going to get them there.
We seem to have two very different opinions about teaching sustainability in our education and curriculum. Let's take a look at what a professional sustainability and educational leader had to say.
What did you learn about sustainability when you were in school?
I'm old enough, so when I was in school, sustainability was not a term. So I did not really learn anything about sustainability or even environmental education in school. I grew up in Bombay, which is a very urban, concretized city. Didn't really have a lot of nature experiences or formal environmental experiences.
Do you think education for sustainability is important?
I think it's crucial. And that's what I try to teach. I mean, all my teaching is around education for sustainability and environmental education. I think this is our way of preparing the future generation, whether it is the teachers here at Monash or the children in school, to have a better planet.
What are you trying to achieve at Monash in terms of sustainability?
Very broadly, I'm trying to bring about a slow but assured change through my teaching. So Monash is one of the leading universities in the world when it comes to sustainability. We are now embedding sustainability in all our courses across all faculties. We're doing a lot university-wise. In my own teaching, I try to bring about that transformation in my students. So I do a lot of experiential, hands-on teaching where students get to experience the environment, and in doing so they get to learn and love the environment. And that probably will help them understand why they need to take care of the environment.
Sylvia showed a very different interest in sustainability than you, Gina. Would you like to comment on this?
I feel like Sylvia's trying to force the issue of sustainability onto our children, whether they want to change the world or not. I didn't send them to the school of my choice for their sustainability policies. I want them to learn about literacy and numeracy. Everyone's turning into a Greenpeace warrior these days, and there are so many more important issues in the world that we can fix now. One of the other parents, Iris Dunn, agreed with me in saying that we just can't waste our time walking our kids to school every day and worrying about what's in their lunchbox. It's too much stress.
So you're suggesting that our interest in sustainability is a recent thing, as well as an overbearing issue for our younger generations? Well, recently we interviewed various students ranging from foundation level to a graduate from Year 12. Let's have a look to see what they said about sustainability and their environment.
Did you learn about environmental sustainability in high school?
Yes, in Year 7 we had a class project to design the most sustainable house. It taught us different building techniques to make a house more sustainable, including like insulation, glazing of windows, which direction to face a house in. It was really interesting for me because it was a perspective of sustainability that I'd never even considered before, besides sort of the recycling and that we've been taught through primary school. So it was a big step up in sort of the possibilities that you can go with sustainability.
Do you think it's important to teach and learn about environmental sustainability in schools?
Yeah, I think it really is, because so much of the future of the world is going to depend on how we affect the environment. I think for students not to be taught about it as early as possible is really naive, and it's just leading to danger. I did find it interesting as a subject, and I think that practical subjects like that, where students can immediately see what effect their knowledge is going to have, also is more intriguing to students and will get their attention as well.
How are you sustainable in your everyday life?
In my household, we all recycle everything that we can. We have a compost bin, which we then use for gardening. When we mow the lawn, the grass cuttings from that are also used as compost on our garden. We catch water in our showers in buckets and then use it to water the plants. And I suppose just a sort of general desire to be sustainable.
Do you think nature is?
Grass and animals. Well, nature's something that's just not human made, it just comes naturally, and like plants and things like that. Plants and animals.
What do you learn about sustainability at your school?
Well, we have a veggie garden and we're doing projects at school now about the environment, what's changed it over the years. Well, I've learned that there's lots of greenhouse gases that are affecting the earth, and litter and pollution. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get invited to this thing and you go off on a bus to a place where you got to build things environmentally. On the first day we did it on a train station, and now we built it out of just cardboard and everything like that.
Do you know what recycling is?
Yes, recycling is some objects that can be reused again. You put it into a box and when a different, like not the rubbish truck, but a recycling truck comes around and then it gets reused again, like glass bottles get melted again and paper gets recycled, and yeah.
So do you know why we recycle?
Because if we don't, we'll just keep using sand for glass, and we'll just keep cutting down trees for paper, and there's just going to be so many trees wasted and be no forests left on the earth.
Recycling things like paper and cardboard and stuff that like metal and stuff. Because otherwise there'll be rubbish everywhere.
Do you think we're looking after our environment?
In the whole earth?
Yeah.
Not really, because people just keep using cars and everything. It just keeps polluting the earth with greenhouse gases, and people don't really care about rubbish. They just chuck it on the ground, and it just keeps polluting our earth and animals.
Some very rich interviews there. Alysha, what are your thoughts on these videos?
Those videos show some fantastic examples of activities that are appropriate for children of all ages. Sustainability, a cross-curriculum priority, can be approached from foundation right through to Year 12. Whole school programs such as kitchen gardens can be utilised by all year levels.
Your school, Lilyville Primary School, recently won multiple awards for your sustainability practices. Can you tell me how you achieved this?
Yes, Kaitlyn, one way that we achieved this sustainable status is by actively helping another school, Polycom Primary actually. We have assisted them in starting their own sustainable journey. We have proudly displayed leadership in one of the 5 Resource Smart school modules, and we're continuing to implement all 5.
Well, we have a very special guest on our phone tonight. Joining us all the way from Canberra is policymaker and author of Resource Smart, Megan Taligent. Good evening, Megan, and thank you for joining us. Could you explain a little bit about the policy you have created?
Hi, thanks for having me on the show. So Resource Smart is an initiative which aims to maximise the resources used within Victorian schools. The areas we target are waste, energy, water, biodiversity and greenhouse gas emissions. Resource Smart schools have 5 modules in which they have to complete. These are aimed to help schools track their sustainability progress and identify areas where savings could be made. Schools work towards the ultimate sustainability goal, which is the 5-star certification, gaining 1 star with every module they complete. We're proud that so many schools are getting involved with this great cause.
You said it benefits the school by cutting costs, but how does this policy benefit the students themselves?
Resource Smart helps schools to work towards a more sustainable way of life for schools, students, and the wider community. We believe that involving students and teachers in real-life learning opportunities will have a positive influence on sustainable behaviour now and in the future. We believe it's important for students to view environmental change in a positive light, to care for and nurture the world we live in.
That sounds fantastic. Is there any support around for schools and teachers to implement this policy?
There absolutely is. Resource Smart offers a range of professional learning opportunities to support educators in their endeavour to embed sustainability in their classrooms. We have training courses which are designed to enhance the confidence and knowledge of Victorian educators to teach sustainability through the curriculum. And we also have teacher environment networks, which are developed and run locally. This is a great way to develop your professional skills and to hear new ideas from other teachers who are implementing sustainability initiatives in their school. Thank you for having me. If you'd like some more information, please head to our website, which is www.resourcesmartschools.vic.gov.au. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us, Megan, and for sharing your fantastic Resource Smart initiative. How do you feel about Megan's policy, Resource Smart, Alysha?
As you can see, this policy is helping to ignite a passion within children for the environment, as it fosters a sense of what I feel is environmental responsibility. Within this policy, my colleagues and I are hoping to teach children about environmental education. We are teaching children why and how to preserve our diverse, beautiful and resource-rich planet for them and for future generations.
Gina, would you like to say anything more about your children's education?
For my career, I've studied the crucial elements of numeracy and literacy, and that's got me where I want to be in life, having a successful career. Both Megan and Alysha bring a doom and gloom approach to the world, whereas children should be free to not have a care at all.
Well, thank you both very much for bringing in some very interesting opinions and ideas about sustainable education in our schools. That brings us to the end of our show this evening. I'd like to formally thank our guests, Gina Clisby, Alysha Jones and Megan Taligent. If you would like to share your opinion about sustainability education in Victoria, please follow us on Twitter or Facebook. I'm Kaitlyn Bigmore. Thank you for watching our Tuesday edition of Education for a Nation, and we'll see you next time, Australia.